Mr Speaker, I almost feel sorry for charter schools, actually. After the contribution from that side of the House, I almost feel sorry for them. First of all, Mr Williamson just stood up and made it very clear that he knows so little about education that he thought that a decile 10 school was the lowest decile school. How sad, sad, sad. He also just stood up and suggested that every child inside a charter school is a low-achieving, going to fail inside a state school child. And that does a disservice to the children inside, let's say, the whangarei kura. So where the whangarei kura actually came out of the trust to do with the Māori Battalion. And with the Māori Battalion special character provision. So what it shows, sir, and Mr Seymour stood up and gave this greatest show of ignorance, which is how we ended up with charter schools in the first place, was because Mr Seymour was so ignorant of these curriculum documents, was so ignorant about what was actually happening and the changes going on in the New Zealand education system, that he bought charter schools as his blackmail piece to the government. That was the cost of the ACT Party's vote. And these are the curriculum documents for New Zealand. These are the curriculum documents. They are world recognised. World recognised. Here's the bit that charter schools have to follow. And if ever we needed to know why we needed to have these curriculum documents inside this piece of legislation, whangaruru and the non-existent Ngāti curriculum they were supposed to be delivering. The Ngāti curriculum that Natasha Sadler was supposed to be writing, when the school opened it hadn't been finished being written, children out getting sea eggs and so on and so forth, kina and so on and so forth, and delivering them to elders was somehow part of the Ngāti curriculum, but we couldn't measure it, we couldn't give them a qualification in it. But apparently, Mr Seymour argues for that sort of leeway inside charter schools. He does, and this government does those children a disservice. And at the same time, they suggest that a school such as Vanguard, which they laud away saying that has a 100% pass rate, certainly uses pieces of the New Zealand curriculum, for example, maths and English, because they have to, because the government has set those as 85% pass rate, exactly the same as state schools, They pick up a biology, and when I visited Vanguard, the principal there, actually I'm not even sure he's a principal, he's not a trained teacher, the gentleman in charge of the Vanguard Charter School said to me, well, we only offer that science because actually our kids can't really reach for the other stuff. How aspirational is that? How aspirational is that? And this is also the school, with its 100% NCA Level 2 pass rate that has as its other subjects, not inside this curriculum, Defence Force Studies. I cannot find for the life of me anywhere in any country an outline of what Defence Force Studies are. That goes along with physical education. So what we've got at Vanguard, because they don't follow the New Zealand curriculum documents in any way, shape or form, we've got maths, we've got English, we've got biology, we've got physical education, and we've got Defence Force Studies. That's it. That's what you're offered when you go to Vanguard. And Mr Williamson stands and said, no child's forced into it, but the continued promotion, suggestion to parents that actually they're going to get this amazing standard of education, it is not happening. It is not happening inside of those schools. And charter schools actually have the same academic outcomes as the majority of current New Zealand schools. I just want to make this clear, and Mr Seymour wouldn't know because Mr Seymour doesn't bother to actually go and visit New Zealand state schools. He doesn't bother to go and see innovation in New Zealand state schools. He is fixated on privatising and breaking down the New Zealand education system, that he has no desire to go and actually have a look at a real state school doing its job. But I want to make this very clear. New Zealand First will support this bill, not because we believe charter schools should be here. This needs to go in for the 6 years of the contracts that are currently in place so that we can save those children for what happened at Whangaruru. But believe you me, when New Zealand First gets into a place of influence, those contracts will not be renewed.
Very good.